Okay, so first you have your two H2O molecules. Okay. They're there. Oh, this is the thylakoid space. This is the stroma. So they go through here, and then they break up. The H2O gives off its hydrogen, or its H pluses. And then H plus, plus, plus. Sorry, it takes me a minute to take these off. And then your four, and then my toothpicks are my electrons, so they break into my four electrons, and then I'm left with my two oxygens. Okay. So we have light that activates photosystem 1 and my photosystem 2. That's at the end. So here's my electron carrier that pumps through the extra. I am not prepared for this.
So the light strikes photosystem 2, and what happens? What does the light do? What's the whole point of having light energy?
Well, light activates photosystem 2. Right, yeah. Which energizes it, so my electrons go through it. I can't really make it go through it, but sound effects are nice. So they go through there, but they're still in here. And these flow down. I think, I don't know. Yeah,
What happens to your hydrogens?
My hydrogens, they stay down here. Or they have to create a concentration gradient down here so they can flow through to make my ATP synthase rotate, which makes the ATP. But like, that was not. Hey Ms. Johnson, I have a question. Can be pumped through the electron carrier.
So pump the hydrogen through.
Okay.
Through that. So where is the concentration going to get higher?
In the stroma.
In the stroma.
So these get pumped through. The electrons activate the electron carrier. So they get pumped through. And then the electrons that I have. Light activates photosystem 2. And the electrons go back through, I think. No, they stay out here. Well, then these flow over here to the ATP synthase. And then, so now the concentration gradient is higher in the stroma than the thylakoid space, so they can flow through the membrane without no energy is required for them to flow through. So every time NADH or every time a hydrogen flows through an ATP synthase, phosphorus is made, and phosphorus is added with ADP to make ATP, and so we got ATPs now.
Why is the oxygen there?
The oxygen is here because without it, Because they need to get rid of extra ions because they connect with the leftover hydrogen that we don't need. Because without them, the whole system was shut down because they couldn't get rid of the extra ions that we don't need. It would stop because they'd have nowhere to go.
Well,
They
think
just build
about
up.
what system are you in? Are you in photosynthesis or
photosynthesis.
cellular respiration?
Okay, the oxygen is what we breathe. It's a byproduct of it.
It's a byproduct, right?
I thought I was in cellular respiration. So the bond comes, it makes an oxygen as a byproduct, which
an O2 molecule.
An O2, which we as humans breathe in.
So do you want to go to cellular respiration now?
Oh, we also have, with the leftover, we also still have an NAD, which when the leftover H's are I think
you're getting confused now. Photosynthesis.
So the NAD pH is created, right? Yes. So we have the NAD plus, and then we get our H plus back once it flows through the ATP synthase to create our NAD.
NADP plus already has a proton. What does it need?
It needs the electron.
Right.
Which flow through all these back out, right? It flows through.
It eventually, this is on this side.
Yeah, it eventually, our electrons flow back through and add to NADP plus. We get our electrons.
How many does each NADP plus need? How many NAD pluses do you need over here?
We need 2. Right, yeah.
How many electrons?
We have
just 1 electron per.
Well, our electrons got split in half.
Mm-hmm.
So we need 4, 1 electron per NADP plus.
1 electron per, so we need 4 of those, right?
And then we have this.
And where does that NADPH go now?
It is a byproduct.
But where does it go?
Oh, it goes to the Calvin cycle.
And what is it made into?
It is
made. Or what does it start the chain to make? What's the whole point of the Calvin cycle?
The Calvin cycle makes our it makes energy to make sugars, right?
That's right, exactly.